forest as an important issue which could make huge contributions to the climate change was recognized as late as 2008. No, when I'm using the word recognized, of course I stand to be corrected, but because in terms of the fact that forest found its way into climate change negotiations.
Lack of mechanisms now to attract private investment in. One of the very tangible mechanisms would be for some of the public funding flowing into RED to actually set aside buffers, that is reserves of carbon credits. In the case of non-performance, those buffers basically give private investors the assurance that their investment in a particular project or state-level program will not be lost. The risk of that happening is lower. A lot of the innovation is going to take place within the nations and states themselves, and we see, we had a discussion with the Ministério da Fazenda in Brazil a few weeks ago on the possibility of red bond structures where investors come in, they're basically guaranteed a yield. The yield is lower, but it gives them access to and exposure to the carbon credits that could come out of the investments the activities related to those investments. Public funding is very difficult. It comes out through a political process, it comes out unevenly, and the efficiency and the volume of private investment will be necessary for us to achieve the full potential of RED, and right now there aren't those mechanisms.
But second, to be very attentive to sort of winners and losers from changing forest management regimes, and I don't think anybody wants to promote any actions that would make some of the world's poorest people worse off. So that's why the whole discourse about safeguards is very important, and the free, prior, and informed consent that Myrna mentioned in her remarks about being sure that the people who will be most affected by a particular intervention or who may have rights to a particular area of forest are intimately involved in deciding whether and how to go ahead with a particular intervention. I think in the particular issue of the relationship of wood products for energy, I can think of at least two possible intervention strategies. One is to change the management of the forest resource itself so that the offtake of fuel wood for charcoal, or other fuel wood is in a more sustainable way. And in many places, I don't know the Tanzania case in particular, that may involve changes in tenure arrangements or management arrangements so that people are appropriately incentivized to manage individual blocks of forest in a way that the offtake doesn't exceed the natural regeneration. And we have evidence from a number of countries that when communities are involved and have rights and responsibilities for management, and in particular in the context of RED, are involved in the monitoring of the carbon emissions and could be compensated for their changes in management practices, reductions in degradation are possible. The